President-elect Trump is moving forward with his selections for cabinet nominees. Yesterday, he announced former wrestling executive Linda McMahon as Secretary of Education. That is the department he wants to disband, by the way. TV doctor Mehmet Oz was tapped to run Medicare and Medicaid, and billionaire Howard Lutnick is his pick for Commerce Secretary. See them all there. Now, this comes as Trump was in South Texas yesterday for a SpaceX launch. As you see, he accompanied the company's CEO, Elon Musk, to the event. Musk, of course, supported the Trump campaign. Katrina Kaufman was there and has been following the Trump transition. Katrina, you got to get clarity from Trump on if he's standing by Gaetz. He is. I'm wondering, just considering the controversies, though, what's the attitude within his team about all of this?
Good morning, Errol. You know, the team was taken by surprise by these allegations, both against Gaetz and then Trump's pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who over the weekend it was confirmed that he paid a woman who has accused him of sexual assault as part of a financial settlement agreement. But the campaign has said that they are standing by Trump's nomination so far. Stephen Chung, his communications director, told me over the weekend that Trump has chosen highly qualified candidates. He pointed out that Hegseth has said that he's innocent. And as you played before, when I asked Trump about Matt Gaetz yesterday, he very firmly said no when I asked if he was reconsidering that nomination. Trump has also made it very clear to the Senate that if they are not going to put through the candidates that he wants, that he's going to push them to do recess appointments.
Now, from what you're witnessing, what's the dynamic between Trump and Musk? Because we've seen Trump historically benefit from the support of people and then quickly turn on them. So what are you seeing?
Errol, I spent all of yesterday with them at the SpaceX launch in the afternoon. And, you know, there have been some reports that Trump has joked that Musk, you know, isn't leaving Mar-a-Lago, but what I witnessed between them was they just seemed very friendly and comfortable with each other. Elon Musk seemed just excited to teach Trump about what was going on there at SpaceX. He spent a while telling him and Don Jr. and some of the senators who were with him, which included Ted Cruz and Bill Hagerty, all about how these rocket launches work. He was showing them a video with a side-by-side simulation of how a rocket launch is supposed to go versus the reality. They went into the control room and he was showing them a model rocket. And, you know, Trump's presidency could be very significant for SpaceX because their test launches have been limited, the number that they could do, by FAA regulations and environmental concerns. So it's also really important for him to get Trump on board. Although there was one, I think, disappointment probably for Trump yesterday, which is that he has just been marveling at the last SpaceX Starship test launch on the campaign trail, talking about, you know, how incredible it was when the booster came back from space and was caught by these chopsticks. He came all the way down to Texas yesterday to see that, and in the end, SpaceX wasn't able to make that part of the test launch happen. It's not quite clear why.
We'll have to have another trip at some other time. Katrina Kaufman, thanks so much. We appreciate you waking up with us.